poems. And I was a little worried about that when I got the position. I was thinking, what if someone asks me in government to write a certain kind of poem? Or what if I can't? Or what if somebody wants me to write a poem about something I don't care anything about? And of course, that is a problem. How do you get an emotional hook into things? Where do you find your own emotional emergency in something else? And I was in a cultural arts conference in Leavenworth, and a woman came up after hearing me read poems about grief, something I write about a lot. And she said, would you be willing to come to Spokane and read these poems at the Spokane Arts Museum, where they're going to rededicate the Spokane Arts School, because they closed the Spokane Arts School after 40 years. 40 years of people coming in and taking classes, of meeting one another, of making things, of having a kind of wonderful spiritual home for the arts. They closed the school because the budget would no longer work. They sold the building in order to pay the debts. So, man, I thought about this, and she said, do you think you could write something about it? I said, geez, I don't know. Send me some information. And she never did. So I thought about it and thought about it and thought about it, and realized I knew all those people. Closing the art school. I read this at the museum, along with the other ones. Is it enough? One woman recalls the way light rolled off the glaze of a cup lifted warm from the kiln. How it matched the precise shade of lipstick worn by her mother in the 40s. A permanent blessing on the cup's rim. Is it enough? Another can describe how the smell of paint thinner brings back that moment when a classmate confessed his shy desire not to paint geese, nor even the flight of geese, but the intimate specificity of emotion the first time he remembered hearing a flock pass overhead, their joyful noise louder than his parents' argument. Is it enough a woman admits she was bored with talk of shading, the subtle suggestion of lines, until she found in the corner of a drawing in her sketchbook some marks suggesting the features of her absent father's face. How shocked she was to find him softer than she remembered. Is it enough a couple fell in love throwing pots together, left streaks of wet clay on one another's bodies, shared wedding wine from goblets the color of freshly turned earth? Is it enough one woman's hands coaxed the color of violence from random scraps of cloth, that the needle stuttered and shook in her hands, but steadied each time she took a stitch until she finally sewed herself back together? Is it enough, this man knows, of a single painting left by a woman cancer took in a rush, how it daily invents the house it inhabits, a woman, he says, whose two crooked fingers she trained to hold a brush? Is it enough that 40 years of students could mind how colors aren't just pine, pollen, basalt, or wheat, but also the dazzle of grass after rain, the breath of a deer lifting its muzzle from the edge of a lake? Is it enough they will always know, unmistakably, the sound of a palette knife scraping canvas, the smell of wet boar bristles, the snap of beads on strings, the rap of a mallet and chisel on wood, on stone? We hope it's enough, this necessary shattering of the self that moves us forward, even as we mourn.